Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for January 18, 2024, Donna Lee Donaldson's credit card recently used at hotel in Portland, defense lawyer reveals. It has emerged that a credit card belonging to social media influencer Donna Lee Donaldson, who went missing in 2022, was recently used at a hotel in Portland. This was revealed by defense attorney Christopher Townsend during case management hearing in the Home Circuit Court on Wednesday morning. Mr. Townsend is representing Miss Donaldson's boyfriend, Constable Noel Maitland, who is to stand at trial for her murder. Prior to Wednesday's adjournment, Mr. Townsend told the presiding judge, Justice Vinette Graham Allen, that the card was used at a particular hotel in Portland and that he would like to view footage from the hotel. The prosecution is to secure the footage and disclose it to the defense on or before July 1, 2024. Mr. Maitland is to stand at trial on April 7, 2025. The trial is expected to last 8 weeks. A trial readiness hearing date was set for January 14, 2025. The prosecution has indicated that its case file is complete. The list of witnesses the prosecution will rely on was disclosed to Mr. Maitland's legal team, but no statements nor facts were agreed, as the case is based on circumstantial evidence. Mr. Maitland's fate will be in the hands of a panel of jurors. He was further remanded. Mr. Maitland is charged with murder and preventing the lawful burial of a corpse. 24-year-old social media influencer Donna Lee Donaldson went missing on July 13, 2022 after she was last seen at Mr. Maitland's home 2 days earlier. Crown says a teen sacrificed for sins of accuses ex. The prosecution in the case against Gregory Roberts, who is being tried for murdering 15-year-old Shanika Gray in 2017, has suggested that the teenager was made into a human sacrifice by Roberts. The suggestion came during the closing remarks of the Crown's case in the St. James Circuit Court on Wednesday. Is it that Shanika Gray was wounded for the transgression of his ex-girlfriend, questioned the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Andrea Martin Swaby. Why was it important for Gregory Roberts to kill and record it? She asked rhetorically to hammer home her point. Why did he say to Maria Morrison, "They take me for a fool and don't know that I am a killer"? She continued, quoting from one of the many text messages the court was told Roberts sent. There was a testimony presented during the trial that Roberts sent messages to his ex-girlfriend and her mother in an attempt to scare both women into repaying money he said his ex had fleeced him. In one of the texts he said he had killed her before and was willing to do so again. "So to prove a point, you had to show that I am a bad man," argued Martin Swaby. To support her closing argument, she also reminded jurors of other strings of text messages allegedly sent by Roberts. Martin Swaby also referenced the graphic details of the post-mortem report, which pointed a horrific picture of how the teen was murdered and sought to tie it into evidence presented by a witness called a gangster who told the court he saw Roberts stabbing the teenager. While defense attorney Leroy Equiano cast the doubt on the testimony of several of the Crown's witnesses during his closing remarks on Wednesday, Martin Swaby suggested that evidence provided by experts who took the stand supports her case. She pointed to testimony from a detective inspector assigned to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, Kemar Smith. In 2017, while he was a detective constable, he was a digital forensic officer with the Communication, Forensics and the Cybercrime Division. However, in his summation, the defense strongly challenged the aspects of Smith's findings. Equiano also had an issue with the testimony provided by gangster and the co-accused Maria Morrison. Morrison pleaded guilty in September 2022 after entering a plea deal with the state and was sentenced to life in prison a month later. Gray, who was a grade 10 student, was found dead 3 days after being reported missing. She was last seen alive in Montego Bay while on her way home from the funeral of a schoolmate. Roberts and Morrison were later taken into custody in connection with the killing. The sitting of the court will resume on Friday at 10 a.m. when Martin Swaby is expected to continue her presentation. 14-year-old abducted and raped by 3 men in St. James. A 14-year-old girl was reportedly abducted and raped by 3 men in St. James on Tuesday. The men reportedly pulled the student into their car while she was on her way to school, the police said. A manhunt has since been launched for the abductors. Reports are that around 8 a.m., the teen was heading to school when a white Mark X motorcar with 3 men stopped at her feet. One of the men then pulled her inside the car, which then sped off. The men reportedly drove to her premises. They parked, pulled the complainant from the car, and took her to an abandoned unfinished concrete house. There, the police said the men took turns raping the girl. The teen managed to escape her attackers and ran to a nearby house where the occupants alerted the police. The child was taken into protective care. A report was subsequently made and an investigation initiated. Cop nabbed with a ganja on police station grounds fined. A policeman who was allegedly caught with marijuana and weapons on the grounds of the Montego Bay police station was fined $27,000 when he appeared in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Constable Rasheem Smith pleaded guilty to possession of and dealing in ganja, as well as 3 counts of possessing an offensive weapon. Smith's lawyer Henry McCurdy stated in his mitigation plea that his client was of good character and had an unblemished record prior to the incident. In passing the sentence, Presiding Judge Sasha Marie Smith Ashley ordered the cop to pay a fine of $5,000 or 10 days in jail for possession of ganja and $7,000 or 10 days in jail on the dealing charge. He was also fined $15,000 or 10 days in jail for possession of the 3 knives. Smith was arrested on January 5 after the investigating officer and the colleagues went to the Montego Bay police station shortly after 7 p.m. after learning of an investigation into him. The officers approached him as he drove onto the compound. The allegations are that Smith's vehicle was searched and a sum of money was removed from both the vehicle and his person. A knapsack on the front passenger seat of the vehicle was also searched. It was discovered to contain 17 parcels with green vegetable matter resembling ganja and weighing 1 pound 7 ounces. Several other items were discovered in the knapsack, including cigarettes, lighters, and 3 ratchet knives. When cautioned, Smith reportedly said, "I got a little weed and tobacco to give to someone at Mood's Exotic nightclub." When he was charged and cautioned in relation to dealing in ganja, he reportedly said, "It's me doing my thing, not anyone else." Counterfeit goods valued at approximately $100 million seized in downtown Kingston. Law enforcement officials from the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch seized approximately $100 million of counterfeit goods at a business establishment on Barry Street in downtown Kingston on Wednesday. According to Deputy Superintendent of Police Victor Barrett, in charge of intellectual property rights at the CTOC, majority of the goods seized were knockoff Crocs. However, brands such as items mimicking brands such as Gucci, Adidas, and LV were also seized. This morning at 133A Barrett Street, we had discussions with some of the rights holders and owners of the specific brands, and we did some workup, and it led us here where we found a larger quantity of counterfeit Crocs. We found other items like Gucci, Adidas, and LV, but 95% are Crocs. So we are here enforcing that breach, DSP Barrett said. This morning, based on our investigation, I anticipate the volume of goods here to be about $100 million. It is a big money business, and these merchants continue to deceive the public because when you look at some of the Crocs here, they have the label Crocs on them, but the sticker can easily be removed by the heat. It is not a good quality, and they are selling them at the same price as the real Crocs, the deputy superintendent told the news. Sissoko seeking woman who physically abused the girl in viral video. Investigators assigned to the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse are appealing for the woman captured in a viral video physically abusing a child believed to be her daughter to immediately report it to the police. In a statement Wednesday night, the Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force said Sissoko has taken note of the video being circulated on social media. In the 14-second clip, the girl is seen on the floor while the woman proceeds to kick and stomp on her head and neck. Anyone with information that can assist the police with their investigation is being asked to contact Sissoko at 876-926-4079, Crime Stop at 311, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station.